Today you have discussed control statements in C. There are different control statements: decision making or branching. Second one is the looping statement. Third one is the jumping statement. Decision making branching statement is also known as a conditional statements. What is a conditional statement in C? Conditional statements in C programming are used to make a decision based on the conditions. A conditional statement executes sequential when there is a no condition around the statement. If you put some condition for a block of statements, the execution flow may change based on the result evaluated by the condition. This process is called decision making in C. Once again, see that statement. If you put some condition for a block of statements, the execution flow may change based on the result evaluated by the condition. This process is called decision making in C. In C program, conditional statements are possible with the help of some constructs. That is a if statement, if else statement. It is also called as a branching, as a program decided which statements to execute based on the result of the evaluated conditions. To make a decision based on the condition, conditional statements to be executed. Then we are go to the if statement. It is one of the powerful conditional statement. If statement is responsible for modifying the flow of execution of a program. If statement is always used within a condition, the condition is evaluated first before executing by any statement inside the body of if. They have some syntaxes. If statement has follow some syntax. If condition some instructions. If condition some instructions. If condition some instructions. The condition evaluates the either true or false. True is always a non-zero value and false is a value that contains a zero. Instructions can be single instructions or code or a code block enclosed by curly braces, that is a open braces, and a closed braces, that is a curly braces. We have some program for if statement. Hash include stdio.h int main some function curly braces started, that means open braces, into number is equal to 1, into number 2 is equal to 2, ended with semicolon. Every line ended with a semicolon. If number 1 less than number 2, here the comment sentence is the test condition. The comment is only used for understanding purpose. When another curly braces started, that is the open braces, in between printf statement within a double quotation, number 1 is smaller than number 2. Curly braces close, bracket close and it with semicolon, curly braces close, return 0. Again the program to be main function to be closed. And that one what you have, if number 1 is equal to 1, number 2 is equal to 1. These two numbers to be entered. If number 1 less than number 2, the condition is testing. What is the value of number 1? Number 1 is a 1, number 2 2. What that 1 less than a 2? What is the output we have based on that one? Number 1 is smaller than number 2. Here hash include stdio.h into number 1, number 2 in the program. We have initialized two variables with number 1, number 2 with a values as 1 and 2 respectively. The numbers are initialized by numbers. Then we have used if with a test expression to check whether number is the smallest and which number is the largest. And that one what you have to we use it to relational expression in if construct. Since the value number 1 is smaller than number 2, the condition will evaluate to true. Here you are first of all you are initialized number 1 equal to 1. Similarly number 2 is equal to value that 2. And then that one we have comparison the two elements by using a relational operators. Thus it will print the statement inside the block of if. After that the control will go outside the block and program will be terminated with a successful result. Already we discussed in different relational operators. You see the number 1, number 2 are executing statements. The if statement is you simply give the representation of some statement. Then we are going to the second one, the if else statement. What is the if else statement? The if else statement is if else statement is an extended version of if. The general form of if else statement. Syntax: if test expression, open braces started, true block of statements, open braces close, the close brace, that is curly braces opening and close it, and else statement again we have a curly braces open, false block of statements, curly braces closed, that is a close bracket, curly braces, and statements. In this type of construct, if the value of test expression is a true, then the true block of statements will be executed. If the value of the test expression is false, then the false block of statements will be executed. In any case, after the execution of this, control will be automatically transferred to the statements appearing outside of the block of if statement. These are some syntax. If a true, the statements of true blocks to be executed, if the statements the false block to be executed. Then you have go to example program. Example program. Then you have to go some example program. In this one you have this program to execute if else statement construct. In this I will initialize a variables with some value and write a program to determine if the value is less than 10 or greater than 10. What the program write a program to determine if the value is less than 10 or greater than 10. Let's try. Okay, then the program what the hash include stdio.h into main function. That curly braces started, that open the bracket, open braces into number. Here number equal to 19. You can initialize the number equal to 19. If number, the condition is started, if number less than 10, the curly braces started, that opening braces printf within a double quotation the value is less than 10. Double quotation closed, bracket closed, ended with semicolon. Again close the or else curly braces started, printf curly braces start, the value is greater than 10. Curly braces closed, open the bracket is open and ended with semicolon. Curly braces closed, return 0. The function to be the value is greater than 10. What are the steps you are here taken? In this I have initialized a variable with value 19. We have to find out whether the number is bigger or smaller than 10 using by C program. In this I used if else construct. Here I have provided a condition number less than 10 because I have to compare our value with 10. As you can see, the first block is always a true block, which means if the value of test expression is true, then the first block of which will be executed. The second block is an else block. This block contains the statement which will be executed if the value of the test expression becomes a false. In this program, the value of number is greater than 10, hence the test condition becomes false and else block is executed. Thus, our outputs will be from an else block, which is the value is greater than 10 within double quotation. After the else, if the else, the program will terminate the successfully result. This way the program to be complete. This is the simple if else statement. This is the simple if else statement. Then you will go to the conditional expression. Our next step we are going to the conditional expression. What is a conditional expression? The conditional expression, there is any other way to express an if else statement by introducing the question mark colon operator. In a conditional expression, that question mark colon operators has only one statement associated with the if and the else statement. Here the conditional expression statement nothing but it is a question mark and colon operator. In a conditional expressions, the question mark colon operators has only one statement associated with the if and else. Then the example program hash include stdio.h into main function the open braces that open curly braces into x ended with semi into y, and similarly into x is equal to 2 ended with semicolon, y is equal to in bracket x greater than or equal to 6 bracket close question mark 6 colon x ended with semicolon. In this scenario, the comment is this is equivalent to if x greater than or equal to 5, y is equal to 5 colon else y is equal to x ended with a semicolon. This is the comment. For that comment, y is equal to x greater than or equal to 6 colon question mark y is equal to in a bracket x greater than is equal to 6 question mark 6 colon x ended with semicolon. This means if x greater than is equal to 5, y is equal to 5, else y is equal to x. That's the meaning of that program. Y is equal to x. Into x is equal to 2. Printf within a double quotation y, within double quotation y is equal to percentage d double quotation closure comma y, return 0, and that we have got the output is equal to 2. This way the conditional expression to be executed. The conditional expression to be executed this way. For the conditional expression, there is another way to express an if-else statement is by introducing the question mark colon operator. In a conditional expressions, the question mark colon operator has only one statement associated with the if and the else statement. These are if or else statement. Then you are going to the nested if else statement. Then you are going to the nested if else statement. In a nested if else statement, when a series of decisions is required, nested if else statement else is used. Nesting means using one if else construct with another one. By using this program, you can conclude hash include stdio.h int main function, the curly braces started that open braces into number is equal to 1 if and define the s in initialized number is equal to 1. If condition tested that number less than 10, number equal to 1. If number less than or equal to 10, less than 10, the curly brace started. If number double equal to 1, that means then if number equal to 1, number is equal to 1. In previous you have number equal to 1, here number if number double equal to 1, but that means number is equal to 1. What that you have, that means open brace started, that is curly brace started, printf within the double quotation the value is %d \n double quotation closed comma number. The first curly braces closed, else statement started else curly braces started, printf within a double quotation the value is greater than 1, double quotation closed, bracket closed, ended with semicolon, curly braces closed, and another curly braces closed, another curly braces started, else after you started open braces, printf within double quotation the value is greater than 10, within double quotation closed, bracket closed, ended with semicolon, the curly braces closed, written 0, curly braces closed, output the value is 1. In the program checks if number is less or greater than 10 and prints the result using nested if construct. In this program, what you are define, first I have declared a variable number with value as 1. Then I have used if else construct. Int number equal to, I have declared number with values 1. I declare as a number equal to 1. Then I have if else construct. In the outer if else, the condition provided checks if the number is less than 10. Next time we are using the condition provided check if the number is less than 10. If the condition is true, then and only then it will be executed the inner loop in this one. The condition is true, hence the inner block is proceeded. If the condition is true, then and only then it will be executed the inner loop. This condition is true, hence the inner block is processed. In the inner block, again I have a condition that checks if our variable contains the value 1 or not. When a condition is true, then it will process the if block, otherwise it will process an else block. In this case, the condition is a true, hence the if block is executed and the value is printed on the screen. The program will print the value of variable and exit with success. In this main you have a check. In the nested if else, I have to be carefully with the independent indentation because multiple if else constructs are involved in this process, so it becomes difficult to out individual constructs. Proper indentation makes it easy to read the program. This is the nested if else statement. Next we are going to the nested else if statements. Next we are going to the nested else if statement. Nested else if is used when multiple decisions are required. When nested else if statements are used when multi-path decisions are required, and that time you are using a nested else if statement. In this we have one syntax. In this you have one syntax. If test expression 1, curly braces started, statements 1 ended with semicolon, curly braces closed, else if test expression 2, curly braces started, statements 2 ended with semicolon, curly braces closed. Else if test expression 3, curly braces started, statements 3 ended with semicolon. Else if test expression n, curly braces started, statements n ended with semicolon, curly braces closed. Else curly braces started, default ended with semicolon, curly braces closed, statement x at the end line. This type of structure is known as the else if ladder. This chain generally looks like a ladder, hence it is also called as an else if ladder. This is also just like a helder type, then it is known as a else if ladder. The test expression are evaluated from top to bottom. Whenever a true test expression is found, statements associated with it is executed. When all the n test expression becomes a false, then the default else statement is executed. This is the type structure is known as a else if ladder. Else if ladder. This chain generally looks like a ladder, hence it is also called as an else if ladder. Then you are going to the example program. By using the else program, nested else if program, hash include stdio.h int main function, the curly braces started, into marks is equal to 83. If marks greater than 75, curly braces start, printf first class within a double quotation closed ended with semicolon, curly braces closed. Else if marks greater than 75, curly braces start, printf within a double quotation second class, double quotation closed, bracket closed ended with semicolon, again curly braces closed. Else if marks greater than 55, curly braces started, printf bracket started within double quotation third class, double quotation closed, bracket closed ended with semicolon, curly braces closed. Else curly braces started, printf bracket started within double quotation fourth class, double quotation closed, bracket closed ended with semicolon, again curly braces closed. Return 0, curly braces closed. The output is for that value on the marks is just 83. For that it is the output is the program execute, the output is given 83 first class. In this program, I have initialized a variable with marks. In this else if ladder structure, I have provided various conditions. The value from the variable marks will be compared with the first condition. Since it is true, these statements associated with it will be printed on the output screen. If the first test condition turns out false, the first test condition turns out false, then it compared with the second condition. This process will go on until all expression is evaluated, otherwise control will go out of the else if ladder. and a default statement will be printed. Default statements will be printed. In this one we have discussed up to have some topics. What are the in summary of decision making statements? Summary of decision making statements. Decision making or branching statement are used to select one path based on the result of the evaluated expression. It is also called as a control statement because it controls the flow of execution of a program. C provides if else construct for decision making statements. When we can also nest if else within one another when we multiple paths have to be tested. The else if later is used when you have to check various ways based on the result of expressions. Various based on results to be expression. This way the conditional statements of blocks to be evaluated. Decision making or branching statement are used to select one path based on the result of evaluated expression. It is also called as control statement because it controls the flow of execution of a program. C provides if else constructs for decision making statements. We can also nest if else within one another when multiple paths have to be tested. The else if ladder is used when you have to check various way based upon the result of the expressions.